So after what we've seen from the Kansas City Chiefs against the Las Vegas Raiders, it's time to wonder, have we figured out what we need to do to make this offense very high powered? I mean, look, when we stuck to a regular rotation of like a few players, who we had out there? Rice, Watson, and Kels, right? Well, obviously Kels is always out there. But I'm talking about in terms of usage. Kels, he was able to be the Travis Kelce that we know. And I know, I'm sorry, his name is Kelsey, but I've built a habit of calling him Kels, so y'all got to bear with me. But we knew he was the Trav that we're used to, the 91-yard game, something that Travis would do on the regular. But Rashee Rice, he got a lot of targets, like 10 targets, 107 receiving yards. And then you got Justin Watson, who had a solid game, got us a touchdown. And you got Pacheco, who was absolutely a monster. So we got to feed Pacheco, we got to feed Rice, and we got to keep Kels out there, obviously, because he's a dog. And we also got to get Noah Gray some touches, because we was throwing the ball to Noah Gray as well. So I like that little lineup, Noah Gray, Kels, the two tight ends is rotating, because Kels not going to play all game. And Rashee Rice with Justin Watson and Isaiah Pacheco for sure. Now, a lot of people are not too happy with MVS, and that's including me, because I just feel like MVS is just not anybody to this team anymore. We're paying him $11 million for no reason, and I would love for us to go out there and get a stud rookie wide receiver next year. But we're talking about this year. I think we have figured it out. With Mecole Hardman and Kadarius Toney being out and not playing, we had to stick to a certain amount of players out there, and we had to stick to a certain rotation. And as you can see, it worked out pretty well. Mahomes looked comfortable. He looks like the MVP that we knew, and he's played like himself. He was playing like himself yesterday, and the offense is looking very good. Defense started off bad, then defense adjusted like always. Spags is always going to make his second half adjustments, and they're usually pretty damn fire. So if this offense can stay on point and do what we did in the Monday game against any team we face, Sunday game against any team we face, then we would be very, very good in the long run, and to go with this great historic defense. You don't want to waste this and keep feeding Rice. And I mean, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's what I see. Rice, Pacheco, and Kels, if we could just keep it like this, make it a stable offense, 30 points, that's very good. We need that every game. We're going to the Super Bowl, and the Raiders' defense is better than you think. I mean, they got some dogs on that defense, so we wasn't facing an easy defense, especially a division game. It's really never an easy defense. So that was a pretty good game to get back on track. Coming back from a 14-0 deficit should definitely inspire the team and show how good of a team that we are, And I'm sorry about certain clips that I show, because I know I'll be showing old clips and then clips has nothing to do with what I'm saying, but copyright's a thing. But this team is heading for glory, man. Like, I just feel like, I know it took a long time for the offense to click, but maybe this is the start. I mean, we should be able to build off what we did this game and keep doing it and just get Rice involved, because Rice doesn't really have a lot of tape on game tape. So defense is going to really have a problem game planning against Rashee Rice, because he didn't leave too much on tape because Andy Reid didn't really unleash him. But I want to see him do this again against the Packers next week. People saying he has one good game, but Rashee Rice has been one of our most consistent wide receivers. So I'm not going to say he had one good game. He should get another 100-yard game this year, and he has to be unleashed to be next for Travis Kelce. This kind of reminds me of the time when Juju Smith-Schuster had back-to-back 100-yard games, and I expect Rashee Rice to have another 100-yard game next week, and I expect Pacheco to be fed more. It's like some type of stats where we target Rashee Rice a lot, we're undefeated, and then something where we get Pacheco carries or touches, we're undefeated. Some stat like that. So that's goes to show you that Rashee Rice and Pacheco are the young guns of the team, and we got to get them out there and literally, make them shine to pair up with Travis Kelce, who's still a solid tight end that's going to go for 1,000 yards this year. He's not the same Travis Kelce, but probably isn't the same Travis Kelce. But he's going to go for 1,000 yards this year. On defense, we have a stud in Trent McDuffie, very good cornerback who's holding his own. That Jacoby Myers catch, there was nothing he could really do about that. That was just an absolute dot by McConnell, who's a stud. And then you got Snead, who's doing his thing. So we already got the defense figured out. We know that we have a top defense in this league, and I'm gonna have to make a video on that. But this offense getting better is definitely something that we've been waiting for, and we just want it to be consistent because we've had 40-point games, right, against the Bears. I think we tried one against the Bears, but yeah, we blown out the Bears, and the offense was still trash after that. So we don't want this game to fool us. But I do believe that this game could be the start of a better game plans for Andy Reid, because he's gonna see what he's done this game. He's gonna realize, okay, so this was working, so I gotta stick to it. Well, at least I hope he realizes that.
Like, Andy Reid, we thought Andy Reid was on the decline, right? Because the offense looked like the worst offense we've ever seen in the Mahomes era. So we thought Andy Reid was on the decline. But I ain't gonna lie, like yesterday, he did very well with his play calls. I like the way he was play calling. I love the way he was scheming. He kind of did well. I'm not going to sit here and lie on the man. I mean, it was a good performance out of Andy Reid, but it was long overdue. You know, like, this offense has been struggling. Matt Nagy, I feel like he wasn't really a good addition to the coaching room. I feel like we shouldn't have gotten Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator. He was doing very well at quarterback coach. That's what he was doing good at. I wanted him to stay there. We hired somebody else for OC, but we ended up elevating Nagy to offensive coordinator, and he's obviously not Eric Bieniemy, because you see what Eric Bieniemy is doing with Sam Howell and Washington. I mean, he has Sam Howell as the passing leader. Washington's having a good offense. So Eric Bieniemy is a legit offensive coordinator. He's over there calling the plays in Washington. Matt Nagy, he's not too legit. So I feel like Andy Reid got in his bag, because we know what Andy Reid could do. We know how good Andy Reid could play call. And he got in his bag, and he took over that game, showed that he's the truth, and Andy Reid is still a top play caller of all time and the greatest offensive-minded coach ever to touch this NFL sport. Now, having no Tony and McCole obviously set the tone for the game, giving Rashee Rice more snaps. And that's really all it is, man, taking advantage of the snaps that you get. Once you do that, you should have Andy Reid's trust. And Rashee Rice is one of the greatest rookie wide receivers in Chiefs history, if y'all don't think so. I mean, bro, the hate is just unreal for no reason. I don't know why you could think Rashee Rice is getting overhyped. I mean, look what he just did, bro. We haven't done that since Dwayne in 2007. So we haven't had a 100-yard rookie receiver since 2007, man. That's honestly unbelievable. And that was our first 100-yard receiver outside of Kels this year. So obviously, you got to be happy that Rashee stepped up like that, and we just hope it stays consistent. We hope Pacheco, Rashee, Watson, and Kels could continue to eat. And having no McKinnon, it kept Pacheco in the passing game, and we see what Pacheco could do in the passing game. Very good player. So we got to keep him in that, and then we should be good as an offense. And I think the Chiefs might have just figured it out. Chiefs priority, and I'm back, and I'm out. Peace.